What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Consquad. I'm your host, Paul, joined by my lovely co-host and beautiful general all-around people, Matt, Abby, Amanda, and this is a birthday podcast! Woo!
Paul's old!
It's my birthday! What?
And happy birthday to Paul.
Yeah! Oh my god, I'm old, yo.
How does it feel to be 28?
Dude, well, first, we lost the magic, okay, because it was actually the 7th anniversary of my 21st birthday, okay? Just throwing it out there.
Well, that's your problem.
Yeah, no, it is my problem. No, 28's good.
Don't worry, I'll be there next year.
Oh, thanks, Matt, you know.
You won't be alone.
It's true, I won't be alone, you're absolutely right. No, I'm just...
But for another 11 months, you are, sorry.
But that's it, you're just gonna join me on my birthday. Like, we won't see you on any other podcast except for next year, come like this time. Also, forecasting that we're going to be doing the podcast all the way until this year.
Yeah.
So, but...
Hey, one way to find out.
But overall, it's good. Like, I'm happy. I'm happy I made it this far, you know? Like, yeah, you'll never know. So, but I could walk out tomorrow and get struck by lightning, and then that's that, you know? And then you guys just have to break in here, and then continue the podcast for another year.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll just take the keys from you.
Yeah, just drop the keys.
And if, like, this was, like, The Sims, we just, like, make the ambrosia and bring you back to life.
That's true, that's a fact.
Abby, just don't take away the ladder from the pool from him. Thank you.
No!
Well, okay,
in Sims 4, they can climb out without it.
They fixed it in the Sims 4, so you have to put a fence around the pool.
But here's the thing. Are we Sims 4 or are we Sims 3?
Ooh.
No, we're the best ones. Sims 2.
Yeah, Sims 2.
Sorry, Paul. You're going.
You guys are monsters.
Hey, we prefer the term weebs.
You guys are weeb monsters. What was that, Meg?
I prefer Sims 1.
You prefer Sims 1?
I prefer Sims on Xbox.
Our stage manager, Meg, prefers Sims on the Xbox. So, I don't know how I feel about that personally, but I'm just going to let you do you. Do you know? But,
do you, boo?
All right, I want to dive right in here. All heroes, all villains, okay, all weebs, they all have background, what is called their origin story, okay?
Oh, Mugly.
Their origin story. So I want to know.
He's on X Games mode.
Even going, so we talked about our origins into like cosplay last podcast. And I wanted to like break that down a little more because we go from just dressing up as characters to where we are now, but there's a big integral part of doing that, and that's like getting the courage to actually do it. You know, a lot of people don't cosplay necessarily because they're afraid of what they'll think, what their parents will think, what their friends will think, you know, and that was me, you know, at least. But so I wanted.
We're gonna judge you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, we will get into that, but I want to know, aside from cosplay, what got you into, I'm gonna call it nerddom. What got you into the weeb umbrella?
I have a really simple story.
Okay.
You guys, your minds are gonna be blown.
All right, we're ready.
I was born into it because Matt's older than me. Matt was since I can remember, Matt's always been into it. My uncle was the first one to bring me to an anime convention, and I just always remember watching anime and just really liking it and being a weeaboo. I remember running around the playground in my elementary school saying, "I'm Sakura! Follow me, catch me, Naruto!" And it was like my friend like Joe or something like that. Yeah. It was wild. Like,
what's the age difference between you two?
5 years? 5 years.
About 5.5, give or take.
Were you a weeb at 5 years old? Were you born a weeb?
All right.
We all were born.
All right, I'm going to date myself here. Tenchi Muyo is one of my first animes.
Yeah, okay. That's
So, yes,
exactly.
a harem anime is one of my first animes.
That explains so much about you.
Yeah.
Is it a harem anime or is it a space odyssey?
It's all the above.
Okay.
You see,
Ryoko for the win.
Okay.
my first one was like actually like Hamtaro. So like
Yes, it's Hamtaro.
Have you ever read the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
manga?
And Yu-Gi-Oh! No, I have not read the manga.
Manga's dark.
Yeah.
Manga's dark for
yeah.
hamsters. The manga is so dark.
So I thought talk about Yu-Gi-Oh for a second. I was like, yeah, that's pretty dark too in the manga.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is
Oh yeah, no, dude, he's
People
literally
burn alive.
he's banishing.
Big
Oh,
mood.
before he banished people to the Shadow Realm, Yugi like legit killed people.
Oh yeah.
Like that happened. Like
Just
they.
remember,
spoiler
Shadow Realms
alerts.
is a 4 kids thing.
Yeah, Shadow Realm is basically a 4 kids thing when Yugi beat people in like games, it was essentially the same as like Light from Death Note. They just like had heart attacks or like burned alive or had some crazy punishment happen to them or went insane. Yeah.
Let's also keep in mind Merrick's entire backstory.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's
best
even
boy.
say Pegasus is kind of dark, and then he actually dies in the manga. But in the anime, no, he's still alive.
Yeah, exactly. He's just chilling as like this like just billionaire.
Playboy.
Billionaire over 100 million a billionaire, or the evolution of a billionaire. But yeah, he's just chilling in his mansion, just like playing with like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's it. That's straight up. And his like Millennium Eye.
Yeah.
What about you? When did you discover that you were a weeb?
So, let's see. So, like, it mostly started with, like, cartoons. Like, that was, like, the first time that I actually, like, became a fan of something to the point that I obsessed over it.
Okay.
And that was good old Shaolin Showdown back in 2006. I remember that year. That was my golden year. 2006 was a great year. But, yeah.
Wait,
then
what was that even on?
Cartoon Network.
Kids WB.
And I watched it on
Cartoon
Cartoon
Network.
Network. No,
That's
it was
how I
on Kids
watched
WB too.
It
Also.
started on there, and then
Yeah, and then
moved.
Cartoon Network came over.
But I don't like Matt, so
Fair.
I just like to defy him.
But yeah, so it started with that, and then I was like scrolling through Adult Swim when I was younger, and then I saw what I now know as Full Metal Alchemist, and I was like, "What is this?" But like, I didn't see what it was.
Yeah.
And then it was like Pokemon, and then Pokemon led me to. Actually, no, not even. Then after that, it was my friend who showed me Black Butler, and then I found Naruto, and
Dark
Naruto
Ages.
took it.
And then that was it, right?
Yeah, I've watched all of Naruto, and I remember when Shippuden started, and I saw the first few episodes of Shippuden.
Okay. About what age were you, like, when this was going down?
10?
About 10?
Yeah.
10, opened up the Weeb Umbrella, born into it.
Now with
Rebo.
me, there's a little bit more. My dad is a big fan of Marvel and stuff, so that stuff was around even when I was born.
So it's genetic. You were
Yeah.
it's a genetic
Yeah.
culture that
My,
is weeb.
So my dad lived in England, and he was in there when the older Doctor.
The Whovians.
The Whovians.
OG
So when
Whovians.
I was in second grade and they brought it back, my dad's like, "You're watching this with me," and that's what got me.
Yeah.
This is so.
I was raised in like a very Disney household. Like Disney and Scooby-Doo were like what predominantly were taking over me and my brothers. And my brothers didn't even live with me,
Oh, we rule you. Oh.
basically.
Oh God.
But like asked me to like, I like Disney, but like I don't live Disney.
Okay. All right. That's
But-
fair. That's fair. I think for me, like really, so I would have to break it down between like live action and then physical animation. All right, because like you when I was younger,
What oxymoron? Physical animation.
yeah, well, yeah, but like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you have live action, and then you have like the full animated series, even if they were long or not.
So
But
that's the middle ground is like Roger Rabbit.
there was no middle ground, like, and that
Damn.
was the issue. So if I had to like pick a start for like the Weeb Umbrella, right, it would go like Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like here we go, Megazords, friggin' Rita. God, I don't even remember the Skull guy's name anymore. Friggin'
Hopefully Skeletor.
no, it was not
It's not.
Skeletor. It was Bulk and Skull. They were the bullies, and then you had Lord Zed was like he didn't even have he wasn't a skeleton. He just didn't have skin. Like he just was like muscle, you know, which is like kind of dark when you think about it. Like he was just like a skinned alive kind of like dude. But that was the physical part of it. Like Power Rangers like was the like live action kind of style. That was probably when I was like 5-6 years old.
So
you
Paul,
know,
is
like,
it time to get you into Kamen Rider and Super Sentai now?
okay, we will get into that because that came later. So like when I ran out of Power Rangers, right? When I was all caught up, I started going into the Japanese version, like almost like we'll get there. We'll get there. But so from the physical Power Rangers, regular cartoons like weren't doing it. Okay. No, they weren't. They weren't. Like,
it just sounds like a drug addict.
like no,
it wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. Like, so.
Oh my
But,
god, what did that balloon do to you?
I'm always throwing things during this podcast. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry
that's
about that
true.
water
Also,
the other day.
just
So that was hilarious.
So,
Just so people know, we have balloons right now on set because of Paul's
light up.
birthday.
my birthday. Oh, do they light up?
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's not very bright.
Yeah, it's not very bright.
Oh shit. Okay, no, I see it.
And
It's
some of
right-
them
yeah, it's right there.
don't work just because.
No, it's okay.
But it's pretty lit,
I
I
don't-
guess you could say.
But regular shows weren't doing it for me. So when I say regular shows, I mean like Tom and Jerry. What else was there? I don't
Tom
even.
and Jerry,
Ed, Eddie?
Flintstones,
Ed, Eddie,
Rocco's Water.
They just weren't doing it for me. And then
And
my favorite show had to be like when it was like when I was young, like it was like 4 or 5. It was like Pokemon. I was like that did Pokemon. Like
Pokemon and Naruto are like everyone's favorite.
well, I didn't even get to
OG.
Naruto. There was stuff before Naruto that like that hooked me on like anime and everything like that. But so we started with Pokemon and we watched Pokemon. I didn't really even know about this. Like I didn't really care about the story so much as it was just the cleaner animation as opposed to everything else that was like kooky, like slapstick comedy style, you know. This was just like clean animation for the time, you know. If you go back and you watch the first episode of Pokemon now, it's like what the hell am I watching?
You've seen it barely
Surprise
animated.
me.
Yeah, exactly. But then we moved on, and we moved on to Dragon Ball, regular Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z, and then around the time of Dragon Ball Z, we also got into like, and here's like where animation like picked up, okay? Because now we're into Cowboy Bebop, okay? We're into Trigun, and this is about like,
Now, did you ever see Outlaw Star?
I don't think I have right off the bat, but
You know, I should lend you the DVDs. I actually have them.
lend me the DVD. But this is around like 7 to like 9 years old. Like Trigun. Now we're talking Cowboy Bebop, and like more importantly, like going into it, we have Gundam Wing. Okay, Gundam Wing is probably one of the best animated series of all time. I will fight anybody with my fists who disagrees. It is beautiful. It is just amazing. And actually, we're going to a trope that we're going to get into
Oh, Lord.
from Gundam Wing. But just absolutely beautiful. Just like a
swear to
beautiful
God,
story.
If that trope is about Char, because Char is awesome.
No, it's not about
We
Char.
need the masked men in Gundam.
Well, actually, I do like that reoccurring theme in Gundam.
Oh no, that's a fine trope.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen a Gundam?
I've seen episodes. Nick really likes Gundams a lot
Okay.
because he loves Gundams, and I brought him back a Gundam from anime.
Oh, how nice.
And he finished building it, and I was like, I'm a great girlfriend.
You've never seen a Gundam.
Not really. So I don't really like mech.
Nani?
The only
Removed friendship.
I've tried multiple times,
Oh,
so it's
jeez.
not
Yeah, at
like
least like Gurren Lagann.
yeah. I like Gurren Lagann. There's actually
Okay.
another one where it's like this trio of girls that run mechs. I don't remember the name of it. It was like I saw it on Netflix.
It's like Gun Girl? Or no, not Gun. What is it? I know what you're talking about.
But so
They
like
are the
those
mechs.
two I like, but I've tried watching mech animes multiple times, and like I just can't really get into it.
Now is my
Okay.
life as a teenage robot a mech?
We're
No,
gonna
she's
get.
just a cyborg. Not even a cyborg. She's just a robot.
Doesn't
anyway,
someone wear
But
her
remember,
at one point?
Tucker
Oh,
was able
that's
to
true.
roll
Yeah.
inside her. She's a mecha.
Yeah.
well, at
she's,
that point, she became a mech.
yeah,
So,
is it,
she's a half mech.
Ooh.
Half mech, half queen.
Half Queen. I liked
My
Jenny.
God.
Jenny was great. Okay, but anyway, so from now you had Gundam Wing. Now we started getting into the I'm gonna call it family friendly animes or like more friendly than Wing, Trigun, anything else like that. You know.
I wouldn't call Cowboy Bebop friendly friend.
No. Well,
friendly.
yeah, that exactly. All three that I just named were not like they were on Adult Swim for a reason. Whether they were PG-13 or not, they had some adult themes.
Like Full Metal Alchemist, dying parents.
Well, yeah. Oh, and then you have you just have in general, Cowboy Bebop is literally about bounty hunters, you know, and it brings you into this dark, sexy bounty hunter world that at 9 years old, it's like he could maybe handle it depending on how adult your kid is. you know. So like some people could handle it, some people couldn't handle it. But so we started getting in like family friendly animes like Naruto.
Which sexy no jutsu.
Okay, well,
That is
Best
family
jutsu?
friendly.
you have your fan service for the kid for like the adults because like
For the
you
kids.
because you did have that older audience that you wanted to like hook in order for it to be successful. So you had so you did have fan service for them. Like but even when it was like airing on just like regular TV, like in Japan, like you saw the blood, everything, like no problem. Like Zabuza gets cut and he's actually cut. In the US, they took that out. So like it wasn't blood, it was like black liquid,
Or took out the shot.
or they just took out like the shot in general, you know.
They tucked it underneath the bed. They're like, what? What are you
No,
talking about?
Four kids did.
No,
well,
four
oh, four
that-
kids.
That's what I mean.
No,
it's like,
this-
no.
it's this media.
I'm saying that as a word of like they censored it.
They did.
Because 4Kids censored the fuck out of like whatever they had their hands on.
Oh yeah, no, they 100% did.
Cigarette and lollipop in One Piece.
I was about to say, at least Pokemon, at least that was intended for young children, so I didn't do as much.
Jelly donut.
Well, look at exactly what you said by One Piece. Like, yeah, family friendly anime. Like up until you get like to a certain point where
Actually, here's a fun fact. They didn't know how violent One Piece is when they actually bought the show. They just literally just bought the rights to it because they knew it was going to be popular.
because they knew it was popular. Yeah.
They purposely outbid Funimation. Apparently, I could be misremembering the story. And then,
Well, the show grew with the audience. Like even like aside from like the like violence, I guess I wouldn't even call it violence because like the most violent it gets before your show audience like kind of grows up is like Buggy. You know, Buggy the Clown? Like, and that's like within the first 30, 40 episodes.
something
Like
that.
something like that. Like, and so like I feel that's as violent as it really gets. As the show grew, then you have things like then you have like Ace dying, and like now we're gonna be like you have like evolving transformations, evolving dialogue, a little more like inside jokes, maybe like a couple like different tropes.
I know one recurring joke is Zolo or Zoro, whoever you prefer his pronunciation name, always gets lost.
He's always getting lost, but like then like you kind of see like he's drinking a little more, you know, like now Sanji's like is like smoking too, like it's for older. It grew with everything.
Yeah.
You know, it grew with the audience. That was an excellent joke. But anyway, yeah. So
Although, recommended show, just because we're on that topic, Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter, another one that grew with the audience. I feel.
Well, it's kind of like the first arc is, this is just this, and then no, as soon as it gets to the next arc, within like a handful of episodes, no, it gets dark.
Okay. All right. So basically, I'll count it as like 5 starting weebdom. Like so, 5 entering the weeb umbrella, and then like 8 to 9 being cemented into the weeb umbrella. You know, because like aside from like regular older animes and everything like that, you also had simple shows like Digimon. You know, like
about Digimon.
you had everybody forgets about Digimon.
Hey,
Like,
I love Digimon.
Is it coming back?
It is.
Yes.
They're making a new movie.
Please don't suck.
Please don't
Yeah, we'll
suck. Hashtag sponsor us. But no. So like the most adult thing that you really got in Digimon was you had Angelmon and Lady Devimon going at it for like an episode. Like that was like
Though I was surprised the one thing they didn't censor was keeping everything happening at 6606. I'm surprised they did not censor that.
yeah, you know, like
That one took me back as a look. I'm like, wait, what?
yeah, I could see that. But other than that, there wasn't really like any like
Yes.
adult themes. Like it dealt actually with more child themes.
Yeah, not Sebastian. What's the name of the company that dubbed it? They also did Power Rangers.
Oh,
They're
gee.
owned by Disney now.
Everything's owned by Disney.
Yeah, what isn't
So far, the Consquad.
the Consquad is not owned by Disney, but I would not mind being sponsored by Disney.
I don't want the mouse running my life.
I mean, you're wearing Kiki shirt right now. Disney has the rights to that.
Disney has right to
Do you?
Kiki.
Yeah, they dubbed all those films, and G Kids, I believe, is a branch of Disney. Oh, we only
Boy.
Oh boy. Oh damn, that was good. Fuck. But no,
Disney copyrights us for that.
yeah. Like, damn it, we're done here.
Can I,
Cancel it.
Can I intervene really quickly?
Yes,
about,
go
like,
for it.
Okay, so you were saying 5 was when it started, and then like 8 to 9 was when it got like cemented.
Yeah.
You two were like birth. You were just
Actually-
Yeah, because I was there at Toonami from like the start.
So was I, but I also just remembered something. So when I was in elementary school, I was bullied really bad for liking it to the point where I hid my nerd and weeb.
No, I remember you
Yeah.
actually even talked to me
that's
before you went to middle school. It's like, should I show this or not?
Yeah, and so pretty much that happened. Like 7th grade, I tried to hide it, but I watched Soul Eater and I was like, oh no, it's coming back.
That's exactly what
And
I'm
then
talking
8th grade
about.
happened and Italia happened, and I'm like, my body is
You ruined
But
telling me no.
But that's
my
exactly what I'm
spot
talking
tummy
about.
is.
Like, you know, aside from just like general like hiding like a cosplay lifestyle, like
So, to backtrack even more, so I guess, I don't know when this happened, but I remember I was like, I guess, an OG brony. I remember being a fan of My Little Pony.
Oh,
My Little Pony 2nd
God.
gen.
is that under the Weeb? Are bronies under the Weeb umbrella, or is that an entirely separate
well, we
different?
said nerdum at first.
We did say
Nerdum.
nerdum,
It's just
that's
like,
right.
It's just whatever gets you into like being a huge fan of something, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I remember I collected 64 My Little Ponies.
I like how you counted.
Do
I
you
remember it.
still have them?
No, we gave them to my brother's friend's little daughter.
Okay.
Did
They
you
just
destroy
have
them?
still have them.
Yes. And some
Oh,
of them ended up,
Webkins.
yes.
Cousin had
But I actually remember too. But I actually remember too. So I went to a Catholic school when I was younger. So I was with the same 30 people from when I was 3 years old until I graduated middle school. So when I really got into anime specifically, I was in middle school and I was getting harassed about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember my first cosplay being a Hinata cosplay. I think it was like 6th grade.
Aw.
And I had people that I thought were my friends being like, you're going to go to Japan and like marry the first guy you see or something. And they were just like really picking me on me for it.
Boy, were they
And
wrong.
like, yeah, right, marrying a white dude. But, yeah, and like I remember
Shout out
even just
Jared.
like, and like I remember when I got my Hinata cosplay, I like went to like one of the school basketball games just wearing the wig, and like the school bully found me and she was like, oh, here we go. And I remember running into the bathroom and bawling my eyes out to the point that like one of the teachers literally came in and was like, are you okay? And I'm just like, go away.
Oh man.
And like, yeah, it was really bad. So I kept that like a really big secret, except with my one friend AJ, who like got me into it really.
AJ.
Yeah, and then high school came, and I was like, and then here we are. Now it's my life.
See, like I wasn't so much.
See, I never hit it.
I never hid the nerddom. I never hid the nerddom, but I did. I didn't necessarily hide the cosplay because I didn't do the cosplay. Like, you know, like I always wanted to, but I never jumped into it because I did have the fear. I was like, okay, like what are people gonna think? And I actually a lot of cosplayers that I've met, like that's like kind of their big dark secret, you know? Like no one knows.
It honestly
like they have.
wasn't until I got into my current university that I would openly say that I was a cosplayer, and I've only been in this school for a year.
Yeah.
So, like, it would be, especially because people don't know what cosplay is until recently. So it would be, yeah, I cosplay, and then it's like, oh, what's that? And it's like, my go-to thing is like, so you know how, like, people go to Comic-Con dressed as superheroes, and they're like, oh, you're one of them? That was always the answer I got, so I never really brought it up, I never really talked about it, and even with my family, like, they never really gave me that positive of an interaction about it. And again, wasn't really till recently that I had that many friends that were even into cosplay. Again, all I had was AJ, and then my one friend Angela that y'all haven't met yet. And it was just me and them for like 6 to 8 years. And then I met Sarah, and then I met Levi, and then it's doubled down to all y'all.
I kind of
like-
like this as a transition point a little bit because like now we're starting to like talk about like discovering people who also like share a similar interest to you. Like you've done it, right? So like you've now cosplayed. Like where do we go from here? Like you can continue on like you continue on your solo route. You can find friends that like
Or make new friends.
or
Yeah.
make new friends. But like I started cosplaying, right? After I started cosplaying, I took a look at like different big cosplayers, right? Like people with like super high follower accounts and everything like that. Like
Now, how big we talking?
I would say like I went
Are we saying
with,
like 10K plus, 50K plus?
they've grown like since then.
At that,
But
so
at the
that
time, it was between like 25 and 50K. Was were like the people I was looking at to determine like what my next cosplay would be, how they're doing this, how they're making this, what different types of like mechanisms I need to do this. And I had questions. How okay, one guy I saw, I remember he had like 50K at the time. His handle was like Spidey Luke, or I can't remember what his original handle was, but his handle right now is Spidey Luke. And shout out Spidey Luke. And I went to him, and like literally the first question that I asked him about was, dude, how do I hide my junk? Like, okay, like
That's a great icebreaker.
No, I mean, I was gonna be Robin from The Night Begins to Shine at KatsuCon. I put on the tights for the first time, and I was just nothing but squids and slugs like running around. I was like, this is not.
What you were expecting?
This is well, it wasn't gonna work out. I was like, there's children here.
This is not a kink convention.
This is not that type of convention. This is not that type of convention, and like I literally I went straight to him. I was like, hey, like what do I do? He goes, oh, hey, like there's this thing called like a dancer's belt, like, or you could run with like 2 pairs of compression shorts, and like that should like tame the beast.
Or
Like that.
you could hot glue a bra pad.
Well, that's the option that
Your crotch.
that's the option that we went with. So like,
Not glue a hot bra pad to yourself?
yes, okay, so we
Did you like put it in
Wait, did you like hot glue it onto your skin, onto the suit, onto your forehead even?
We're getting there. Okay, so I went with the dancer's belt option. Okay, and my dancer's belt is so there's 2 types of dancer's belt. First off,
I know both.
there is like boxer briefs, kinda like compression shorts. And the issue with them is that if you're wearing a Zentai suit, or if you're wearing like a regular suit in general, you can see the lines on your thighs because the suit is so tight. So some people are fine with that, and that's fine. But for me, who is just like super,
Damn perfectionist.
yeah, kind of like, it wasn't cutting it. So I went out and I bought what's called a dancer's belt. The second type of dancer's belt is a thong. It is literally like a man thong. Okay, and now when I was at Katsu, I didn't really know that there was like a technique to wear this thing. Okay, like there is, you don't even know. Okay, you gotta bring everything up front. Okay, and then you gotta
scoop in place.
you do, and then it's gotta go all the way up there. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta pull it all the way. Like it's like if you try to wear it low, then everything starts falling out, and then it's just like, oh god, this is horrible. So
This is your husband.
so the first time I wore the dancer's belt, I didn't practice with it at all, and I just went, I said, okay, I'm just going to throw it on the day of the con. And I tried that, and I did exactly what I said. I had it loose, and everything was falling around, and I was getting wedgies in uncomfortable places that weren't my butt, and it was just terrible. It was a terrible experience. And so what ended up happening was, like, I was like, okay, I'm nothing but squids, slugs, and like now 2 awkward V-bumps. And I need something to hide this. So what I wound up doing was I grabbed one of like Katie's bra pads, and I just like glued it to the inside of the dancer's belt and made essentially this nice nest for everything that is going on down there. And to be fair, it worked for what I needed it to do. However, it did give me a little more pronounced, for lack of better term.
Robin.
No, I was not. I was not Robin. I made sure, because someone sent me that photo of Robin. If anybody,
What to avoid.
on like what to avoid. If anybody doesn't know
So,
Robin,
Paul.
you can Google him. Shout out Robin.
So, Paul.
I hope you got that under control, man.
So, Paul.
Yes.
So you're basically like in the Adam West Batman. That Robin was also positioned because of that. So you were just basically like him.
Kind of, yeah. Like it was a very prominent bump. It was like less than a Ken doll. It was more than a Ken doll, less than Throbbing Robin. There we go. And that was that. But anyway, so that was my first like big interaction with coming back to it, bringing it full circle here.
Your
okay?
first big interaction was, how do I hide my genitalia?
How do I hide my genitalia? Answered by Spidey Luke.
How do I hide my no-nos?
So, but that was essentially so. The general question that I'm asking, and how do you guys, or do you have any tips for our listeners or anything like that on like how to interact with big followings, with people who have big followings?
Do one.
You got this, Amy?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I got this. You treat them like a person?
All right. First of all, how many followers do you have right now?
Only, like 400.
You have 400. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That's 400 people that watch and listen to you.
Oh man,
They hear your thoughts and feelings.
Oh jeez.
Don't stress.
Oh jeez, you know what that means? They know what goes inside my mind all the time. You know what goes inside of my mind?
Nothing.
No, there's this one video
Kiki,
where
do you love me?
there's this one videos where it's bears and they're bouncing and goes do 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 do. I wish I was kidding.
That's it. That's just like on repeat.
I wish I was exaggerating. Or those like ototone thingies.
Automatones?
Where it goes.
Are you sure it's not My Heart Will Go On?
I know it totally is. The automaton cover for My Heart Will Go On.
You have 4 open tabs and have no idea where the music is playing from.
Basically, that's her brain.
Yeah. And then one tab is like math, science, and programming, and the rest are memes and it's quite hectic in my
But anyway,
head.
Abby, you were saying, treat them like human.
Yeah, you treat them like human. Like, when I first met you, I was like, sup, or something like that. Like, our first interaction.
Mm-hmm.
When I met Mennonite for the first time, shout out him.
Mana? Shout out Terry?
Yeah, shout out
Mana!
Terry. We were literally in pre-reg for Anime Next.
Okay.
Yeah, we just kept dorking around online.
Yeah, we just kept on, like, joking back and forth, and we just... Amanda and I were like, are you, like, Mena?
Because
Like,
at that point, I had only seen him in cosplay, and I only knew what he looked like in cosplay, and I'm the worst at recognizing somebody
Because
he
wasn't in
He was just
cosplay.
himself.
Oh, he was just normal Terry.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
those
mean,
issues-
is he technically always normal Terry?
No, he's always a cosplay. He's Mennonite.
Okay.
But his
He's
face,
very rarely normal Terry. He's always Mennonite.
His face is so perfect, though, so we were like, we're pretty sure, so, like...
Yeah, no, like
We
his
asked.
like bone structure. I was like, that's too familiar. Of like, I'm like super hyper focused on jawlines for some weird reason. So I was like, that bone structure looks very, very similar to someone.
Okay.
And like, I hate being that awkward person of being like, oh, are you this person? And then the answer's no.
So I was that person that asked, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And then we just, like, kept
like,
on joking back and forth in line. It was actually, like, really cool. But it's like, as I
really
put it, just treat them like you would anybody else. It's just...
So that's probably like like an in-person kind of
Like,
deal. But like,
What about on Instagram?
well, yeah.
Oh,
what
on
about like on Instagram or like just
Twitter?
like Twitter, Twitch? Like if you're like gonna comment on like what do you think would, I don't want to say grab someone's attention, but I just want to make sure like just not get blocked within the first 10 minutes. Like
Well, I actually got a slight answer for that.
okay, go
Now,
for it.
I have 2.
How you have 2 accounts?
Yes, my Instagram only has like 86 just because, look.
You don't use it.
Yeah, you
You
don't. Yeah.
You weren't following me until yesterday.
No, that is not true. I followed you last week.
Oh, you did follow me
Okay.
last week?
5 days.
I was so surprised I just pulled a muscle in my neck.
Oh God.
Okay.
No.
But my YouTube following has 26 plus K.
Okay. So technically, you are the most successful one of us here.
I mean, I actually do make money off my YouTube account, but that's not here nor now.
Damn, making that money.
But that's not here nor now.
Okay.
But basically, research based and stuff like that, I will reach out to sometimes these other people, be like, hey, I saw your information there. I'd like permission to use it. I just send a very professional email.
But are people reaching out to you?
I've had a couple people send me requests stuff to do. I always tell them maybe because I never make promises unless I already have it on the planning table. So I'll tell them, like, they'll like, can you do a translation video on this? I'm like, maybe. Unless
Okay.
I plan to do it one day, the answer is always going to be maybe.
Gotcha. Okay. I'd have to say like, so I have about 3.5, a little over 3.5 on
thought you were at
Instagram.
3.6.
Am I at 3.6? I don't even keep track. So I am even under what is considered a micro influencer. I am like a teeny influencer, okay? A member of the Teenyverse. But there's one thing that kind of irks my soul more than like anything, like when people like slide into my DMs, okay? And it is people that just like slide in, they're just like, hi.
That's everybody's.
Like,
never do that. Oh my
like,
god.
Like if
That's
you
useless.
like that, like if people who just like give off like hi or like hey, I'm like, how do I respond? Like, because like
Okay.
I can go with
It's
just like
hi
hey.
or hey.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
hi,
I thought
hey,
you meant
hello.
He started with that. I was gonna be like, oh.
No, well, they do they like so like we're not mutuals. You know, it's one thing if we're mutuals, and you slide in with like, hey, like what's up. I'll at least be like curious, be like, oh hey, like I follow this person, this follow me. Maybe they want to work with me, you know. So I'll answer that, no problem. But like if you're just a person who is just following and you slide in with like, hey, I can't read that hey like without more subtext. Okay, I can't tell. It's like hi or it was like, hey. You know, like I can't I can't tell.
Like from Spider-Verse. Hey.
But no, but
You know
like,
it's bad when she touches her brother and says that.
Matt, shut up.
so,
Even worse that Paul does it.
but then like so like I have to go to so like after we've received the hey, right? I have to go to the thumbnail. Okay, I have to go to the little profile
Oh, I
picture.
profile stalk. Yeah.
Okay, no, we're not profile stalking because like I'm not like
No,
I'm
'cause
frustrated. Like at this point, so like I look and I'm just like, okay, profile picture. This is just like random anime picture. Like not like how am I supposed to even know that this is a real person? You know, like how do I know this is not just like a bot?
Bots
Like,
have feelings too, you know.
that. I mean AI, yeah, like that's why we're in the mess we are with Cortana. But like
The only bot comments or messages I'll accept is on TikTok when they're like, wow, great audio.
I like those. I like them. I comment them, especially when it's a clearly like very sad TikTok, and then someone's like laughing the whole way through, and I'd be like, yeah, me too.
oh god, all right. So have you guys ever reached out to like a big account?
Yes.
Okay.
So my favorite story is because I don't look at usernames, which is why I'm so bad at remembering usernames. And I messaged Alex Cosplays.
Alex, shout out
And
Alex.
it was one of her amazing
her.
rants. And she mentioned that she worked at a scene shop, like a theater scene shop. So I messaged her immediately because that was when I was starting my internship. And I was like, hi, like, you're really cool. And like, I saw that you did this. Like, do you have any advice? Because I'm starting this and like, I want to know what I'm getting into. And we started a whole conversation.
See,
But that's like, you start with a whole sentence.
yeah, exactly. You like, hey, first off, hi.
Yeah, it's like, hi, comma.
Hi,
blah,
comma.
Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. That's what I would think would be the perfect
Yeah.
the perfect thing.
Like, I've had people interact with me because, like, I'm not the biggest page. Like, I have 400 followers, whatever. Almost 500, just saying.
Hey, let's get her there.
Please, pretty please.
Get Pineapples Delight to 1,000.
Pablos.
Papples.
That's my Twitter, Papples Delight. But anyway, so I've actually had a few people reach out to me on my Tamaki cosplay saying, like, oh, how did you do this part? And it's like, that's what I like. They're reaching out for me for questions because I want to help out people. Like, it's fine if people want to keep their cosplay secrets, but nah, I'm going to spill all my beans.
Yeah,
you want
right?
to know
Oh, yeah.
That's
what's
honestly
my
another
favorite
topic.
food? What I ate while making my cosplay? Ask me. Maybe it'll give you motivation. And it was probably like some
It was
gluten-free
actually, it was because of Nigeria that I even talked to Whimsy Cosplay, because the original person that I was trying to talk to
Shout out
for... Yeah, I love Whimsy. Whimsy!
Hi, Whimsy!
What a great time to come in. Anyway, the original person that I wanted to get advice from wasn't answering me. So I was like, oh, all right.
Who was that? Do you remember?
No, I don't
Okay.
want to say it.
No,
Just because,
that's okay.
But yeah, but I messaged Whimsy and she answered, and we were going back and forth, and I kept going back to her because I was like, I just need help because your Nigeria is amazing. And then like after our post went viral, I think I had 2 people come to me about Nigeria advice, and like they asked for simple like quick things, and I gave them paragraphs.
Same.
Oh yeah.
Same.
Like, I love sharing my advice. I have a whole tutorial set aside for how I built toga because I just want to help people.
Oh yeah.
But, like, that's what I mean. It's like people come in and, like, and I don't even get hey comments that much because I'm also still relatively small. But, like,
Hey.
but yeah, but, like, you just gotta start with like a conversation. dude.
Start with a conversation. Be interesting.
Don't-
like. I mean, as rude as that sounds, like a lot of these when you're reaching out to like a bigger account, like 50, 100K, like it's different than reaching out to me, you. Like it may not be their life or anything like that, but like you're competing against everybody else that is literally
other
saying
thing.
hi,
Yeah.
hi.
And like,
So like if you start off with if you're one of the highs, right? You can get lost in the sauce like so easily, you know.
and like also too, I don't know if anybody else still gets this, but like whenever it's someone that doesn't follow, actually no, just anybody that you're not mutuals with on Instagram, it like sends a request instead of like just directly sending it to your DMs.
Yes, unless like, and I think that's like, so like once you accept them,
Then like you can just keep going back and forth.
forever,
Hold on, wait.
Yes.
So, hold on.
or is there a time limit?
I think
So
it's 30
actually-
days. I think it's 30 days because of those spam accounts that like message me.
Okay, here's the thing with Instagram.
Yes.
You can actually set up your Instagram to be like a professional account where when you accept those requests, because those requests are actually there forever, at least in my opinion, because I have things that people message me like I feel like forever ago and they're still my thing.
Yes.
But
Yeah, they
Instagram,
don't see that you got rid of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you keep it, so like with the professional Instagram, you have two categories of your inbox, your primary and your general. Your general, you don't get messages for. So if it's like people just spamming you after you accept it, let's say they're like, oh my gosh, you're really cool, I really like your stuff, and like, okay, cool, thanks, and they continue to message you, you could just put that in general and you won't get the notification. Where primary is like you're like friends or your mutuals or stuff like that. So it's like you'll get the notifications for it. Like I have my account set to that just because it helps me, because I want to see the people who I talk to most in my primary, where if other people are in like the general area, then it's like I'll check it every once in a while. And also I got a fun creeper story for creepy messages.
Okay.
Oh, I have one.
You guys want to get into little creeper stories before we move on?
Yeah.
All right. So wait, just to tie it off real quick before we get into like a couple of creeper stories. All right.
Treat
Best
popular cosplayers like people.
Like people.
And just message them. Honestly, YOLO. If they don't answer, they don't answer. Just
Exactly.
do it.
And don't get mad if they don't answer. They're
busy.
They're busy people, you know.
We got lives.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I do have some people sometimes do tweet at me about my videos and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and I normally respond.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll heart their comment because I'm like, hey, at least I want you to know I read it. And
And
anyone who
also-
ever comments me on YouTube, I do read them. I've seen
Yeah.
the death threats. Don't do that to
Oh
people.
God, is it that dark? Well,
I guess
in the creeper stories.
Another thing to keep in mind too is like a lot of people will read messages and then think they reply and then don't.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
like
Oh,
even
man.
if they've seen it, honestly don't get offended because they're probably just forgot to answer.
Okay, I do that for follows sometimes. So like if I've met a person on in like at like a convention and we like really hit it off, most of the time I'm wearing some sort of hand inhibitor where I can't pull out my phone or like touch on it right away. And I'll be like, add me, I'll add you back. And then I will literally be DMing these people like for the next 2 weeks without giving them the follow. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like,
It happened with
I
Matt.
made
So
it.
with Stuff Y, we were doing the Kiku shoot and he was
Shout
hanging
out
out
Stuff
after my
Y.
yeah.
Shout out, Matt.
And he was hanging out at my house for like a couple of hours afterwards, and I was like, Matt, I'm not following you. So like it was
After
either
the
that,
Kigu shoot? Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
So it was either that or like a while ago, my Instagram account made me randomly unfollow about 100 people. So it was either like a weird glitch or like I forgot to follow him.
Okay.
No, either way.
Anyway, we love Matt.
Like, I feel bad.
Everybody should follow Stuff Y.
Yeah.
Go-
All right,
go
cool.
do it.
Anyway, going down. Bringing it
Wait,
down
can I
to
quickly bounce back to one thing just really quick?
bounce
What
back and
Amanda
then
said,
creeper stories.
Don't be scared to reach out to bigger pages, especially if I have a question or a concern. Because the one time I reached out to a page, be like, hey, I saw your video on this page and I thought you should know about it just in case you want to message them to take it down. Person never got back to me, but at least it was out there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, like, no, that 100%. You know, like always be helpful. You know,
Exactly.
Like, all right, creeper.
Okay.
Stories.
Here's really-
diving in. You got a creeper story?
Yeah, I have
You
a
got a
good
creeper
one.
story?
I got a creeper
Do you have a creeper story?
Well, a little bit.
Okay, we're gonna get there. All right, so we'll do
Oh,
the two
yeah.
girls first. And Matt, you think about your creeper story. I will think about my creeper story, and here we go.
Okay,
for it.
so pretty much this is, what not to message people other than the hey, because it's like, well, what do I say?
Papples.
Okay. Papple. So, this one time, I guess it's not like the biggest creeper, but like just the way this guy messaged me was very creepy, and I wound up just ignoring it. And pretty much he messaged me, and he's like, hey, I just found your account. You're so cute. And like all these emojis, like just obnoxious emojis, like to the max. Like,
How many emojis is obnoxious emojis?
it was like a paragraph.
Oh, damn.
Of just emojis?
Yeah.
And what type of emojis were they?
Not safe for work.
Eggplants?
So like plums
Eggplants,
and
sweat drops.
sweat drops.
Your peaches, fire.
Oh, okay.
Fire isn't necessarily. Well, I guess it can be.
Because I use a shit ton of star emojis.
No, stars are
and
great.
green
I
hearts.
use the
Yeah, that's
fire
good.
a lot.
Okay.
These
Why
things
not
are
the grand story
fire.
motif?
They
Like, I say I think that's fire. So
continue. All right, so
All
eggplants and
these-
peaches.
And he's like, you gained a new follower. And I just like looked at the message and I'm just like, this is not what you message people. I just deleted the thing. He never messaged me again, but it was just, don't do that. Like, don't message someone and be like, oh my God,
Don't-
inappropriate stuff. And I was like, ooh, that's not the tea, sis.
I
What
also
about
just
you?
realized I'm wearing a shirt that says now that's
I was gonna comment on your shirt. I love your
I
shirt.
made this actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, I made this. I screen printed this for class.
How not? Now that's the tea.
Yeah. Anyway, so my creeper story is, I guess, another thing of what not to do when you are trying to like meet and possibly become friends with either another cosplayer or a big cosplayer. So this guy messaged me, and we were talking back and forth. I try to be polite because like he started with an actual conversation, so we go back and forth and stuff. And then he starts going, "Can I add you on Snapchat? What's your Snapchat?" And I'm like, I leave my Snapchat as private. Thank you. No, I'm not going to share that. And he's like, "Okay, what about your phone number?" And I was like, if I'm not going to give you my Snapchat, I'm not going to give you my phone number.
Damn, going right for the number.
He dove in for it.
Okay.
And then this was around the time that I was like posting what school I was at, so I don't do that anymore. Because like it was a school and I don't live there, so I was like, yeah, whatever. It was a community college.
Look, Amanda.
I have a comment to add after this, but continue.
But yeah, so
gonna write
he
this
was
down.
like, I work by that school. We should meet up sometime. And I was like, I've been talking to you for like 6 hours, dude. Like, relax. And then he messaged me again the next day, still constantly asking for my Snapchat. And then he was like, yeah, we can go get coffee and like I'll take you out. And I'm just like, that sounds like a date. And he's like, well, what if it is? And I was like, I'm in a relationship. And he's like, so? And I was like, okay. And
no.
he's codenamed in our group as E.U, like E.U,
Ow.
E.W, because he would send a period after every 3 words. It
In
was-
comma.
And comma. He would period and comma the shit out of everything.
After every 3 words.
Literally, or like in between
He
words.
would
or letters.
say a comma, that, comma,
And we only knew you for like 2
Period.
months at that point.
This sounds like some like criminal mind shit.
Yeah,
I'm just like throwing that out. Like,
yeah, so I waited. I started ghosting him, and this all happened within a week. He's like follow and harass me and stuff. I ghost him for 2 days, and then I block him because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. This is creepy. And I started freaking out because I was like, he knows my school. Oh god,
Yeah.
I was so worried.
So to tag onto that, because someone gave me a really good tip. I can't remember who exactly gave it to me, but thing now is that like whenever she does something, okay, she's gonna like post where she is after she's been there. So like let's say like she's like sitting down to eat a meal, like she might like take photo of her food. And then, like, as she's leaving, like, the restaurant or something like that, or maybe, like, or maybe, like, an hour later, then put the post up, Just to, like, just so people don't, like, see...
Where she is.
Yeah, Matt's at Tarantella's. Like, I better get over to Tarantella's right now, Like, so, like, just stuff like that. So, that brought on... going to like your like when you said like like it's by school, like that's immediately like what I thought of, just like that.
Yeah, it kind of got, I guess, scarier because My school especially, and with all of, like, the shootings that have been happening, we actually have a school shooter drill. We do that, and when we do shows, we have the rundown for that and everything. And I just don't want people knowing where I live. And because it's a public campus, there's no real security.
No.
So I just avoid that. Like, I block out, because I have a lot of things that have my school's name on it, so I block it out. Like, I had a whole rant post that I posted on my story at, like, 3 a.m., and nobody watched it, and then I was watching it back, and there was a flag with my school's name on it behind me, and I deleted the whole thing. Because I was like, I'm not dealing with this.
I mean, it's kind of like me with Facebook. Like, I don't say where I live or anything. I don't want people knowing that.
Well, Facebook I do. That's because, like, I personally know everybody that's on there. So,
Same.
yeah. But, like, Instagram...
I just don't want to get doxxed.
The fuck is
What
doxed?
is? Can you define dox?
Dox is basically they find out your location and everything.
Oh, they can do that by just hacking your phone, dude.
Yeah. Or hacking your
The
IP
FBI
address.
is always watching.
Actually, okay, I'd like to, so
The burns work for the bourgeoisie.
exactly. Recently, and on a little bit of a serious note here, I don't remember his name right off the bat, but there's a kid, I believe he's 16 years old, won the Fortnite championship.
Oh god, I thought this was gonna get so sad.
No, well, I kind of. So he won the Fortnite championship, won himself some $3 million. Get that money playing Fortnite. Hashtag Fortnite sponsor
Pay
us.
for college before you go.
So he wins this Fortnite stream. So he wins this Fortnite competition, right? Wins $3 million. Congrats, kid.
Hell yeah.
And then now he's starting to like stream. I don't know if he was streaming beforehand. I'm sure he was if he's that good.
Probably.
But on the next stream that comes out after he wins the competition, somebody swatted him.
Oh, I
I
saw
was
that.
just about to say that because I know swatting was a problem.
Oh yeah, somebody swatted him.
I
And
actually did not know about that.
do you know what swatting is?
I know what swatting is, but I didn't know that happened to him because I just
So,
don't keep up with Fortnite.
swatting-
Meg, you don't know what swatting is.
Yeah. Do you want to give it up?
Anybody want to?
Yeah,
You want to
Amanda,
give
why
it?
don't you say it?
Yeah, so swatting is when, like, somebody calls the SWAT team on someone that's live streaming. So they'll call in saying, like, they have a bomb or a bunch of drugs or stuff like that, and they just straight up ruin someone's fucking life.
And well, I mean, it's dangerous because
Someone can die.
you don't just call in a SWAT team. Something
That's
has
illegal, first of all.
something has to happen in
Yeah.
order for a SWAT team to be called. So what these people do is like they'll track down your IP address. They will find your regular address, right? So whatever your home address is. And then they'll be like they will call like in person, like let's just say I'm the person calling to SWAT somebody, right? I would get on the phone with the local police and I'd be like, "Hey, I'm so and so. I just murdered 3 people and I'm holding 2 hostage in my residence." And then like hang up the phone. And the police have to take that threat seriously. Like they have to. And so thankfully with this kid, one of the officers that was in the SWAT team lived in his neighborhood.
Hell yeah.
And so he's like, that doesn't sound like the kid who just won $3 million playing Fortnite.
Yeah, because Melly knows him.
Yeah, well, yeah, he knew the family. So
Yeah.
so the SWAT team was there, armed, ready to go because people have died in swatting incidents.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
SWAT team breaks in.
Because
They
the
don't-
thing
they-
with SWAT
they-
teams is that they are authorized to shoot on sight.
to use lethal force. Yeah, 100%.
Like, you can try and, like, defend yourself. First off, don't do that.
Yeah,
Oh my
first
God,
off,
never
don't.
do
Yeah,
that.
first off, do not. Yeah,
But,
exactly.
like, even if you throw your hands up, like, they're still authorized to shoot you.
Yeah, exactly. If you make one wrong move,
Yeah.
then you can find. Then you could be dead.
Yeah.
You literally could be dead. But thankfully, this officer knew the family, and the SWAT team was there. SWAT team was armed, ready to go. But the officer said, "Hey, like, just give me 2 minutes." Walked up to the door, said hello to the father. Just said, "Hey, like,
What's up, Pete?"
where's Champ there?" And he's like, he's in his room streaming Fortnite, and he's like, "They didn't murder anybody, right?" He's like, "No, not that I know of." And they got him, and they calmly handled the situation, and everybody worked out okay. But now, aside from people dying, on the other end of the spectrum, it's a felony. It is like it is not. You don't just get like jail time. It's an actual like felony to call in a fake police report and everything, and there have been people who have been caught
and
calling
gotten
Yeah.
like significant jail time.
significant, like over 40 years in prison for
'Cause,
like calling that because somebody died.
You don't
Like,
fucks with that.
Yeah.
Like, you're ruining people's lives. You're putting them at risk. Like, you have to be a genuine piece of shit to do that.
yeah, but
Like,
to lead into it, that's you can get docked. You can have all your information
Leaked.
leaked, and somebody has it, and whether they're salty that they didn't win Fortnite or
Or they just want to be mean.
or they just want to be mean,
Some people
or
are just
they're
assholes.
jealous that you're a successful Twitch streamer or anything like that. Like that's what's up. You
or
know?
they're doing it for laughs.
or they're
There's
or
people sick enough that are like
they're
that.
doing it for the lulz. Like, you know, like, and it's craziness.
I
So
feel like it's stuff like that that makes me like paranoid. So we've talked about this before about like if we
have.
do become really big
Cos-
Instagram like cosplayers and like we get a huge following and like I'm currently following somebody that just was able to quit her daytime job and make cosplay her whole career.
Which
Go
is really
follow-
cool, but
yeah,
it's
honestly,
terrifying.
like go follow Advent Geek. Her stuff is amazing.
10 out of 10 would
I
recommend.
love her.
shout out Avantgeek.
But yeah, so like that stuff
Oh,
like
thanks, man.
scares me. It's like I'm fine staying as a small cosplayer, but like the fact that if I get bigger, I run more and more chances of stalkers, people that want to harm me, people that want to do
I feel
or
that-
like wish negative things,
that-
and that freaks me out.
That's with everyone though.
I mean, just
you know, I
think
feel
about,
like
just think about what I
cosplay.
just said during this whole conversation. I've gotten death threats. You know, of course, I just delete those comments because, I mean, heck, I could just go report into Google
Yeah,
and
but,
be
like-
like, hey,
Matt, that still falls under it because how many subscribers do you have?
yeah, I got more than all you guys combined.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. So like you
snap.
have like a
Flexing.
couple thousand.
He's flexing on us.
Whereas, like,
Sorry.
me, little old me, I have, like, 800 followers. And I can guarantee at least 250 are all bots or dead accounts.
yeah.
And, like, when it comes to my actual interaction, there's, like, 100 people that really see my posts. So, like, what is 100 people going to do? But then, you know, you add in Mandanite, he just got over 1,000 likes on one of his posts, which good for you. But, yeah, and, like, you have stuff like that. Like, that freaks me out. And, like... My mom doesn't help. I wasn't really allowed on the internet with the stigma of someone's gonna find you and murder you because that's just what I was raised with.
Well, I mean, you grew up with the time of literal serial
Conservative
killers.
Catholics.
Yeah. Well, conservative Catholic, but like the time of literal serial killers where, I mean, like, yeah, it's okay to hitchhike on the side of the road, but it's not okay to talk to strangers on the internet. Actually, okay.
We were all strangers on the internet. At one point.
CTO! I was always told as a kid, do not talk to strangers on the internet. And
now
that's
we have
literally
Tinder.
all I do
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
talk to strangers on the internet, like every single day. Like,
Dude,
you
you're
know.
more likely to get killed by your next door neighbor.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, so I did want to. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit, like that. You, the bigger you are, the more risk you have, and that's more so to a certain point. I'll get to that. You cannot be afraid of being successful. You know, if you want, if you, all right. So you cannot be afraid to be successful, and you can't let anybody else impact your own success. You know,
Well, it's not like I'm actively trying to make sure that I'm small. Like if it happens, it happens.
But like,
would
don't
just
let,
be, like,
but like,
nice.
don't let that hold you back. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean-
so once you get big, like Matt, you are a micro influencer. You have 25,000 followers. You know, that you are under. I think 100 is the cap to make it to macro.
100,000.
Is that the like? I'm in the teeny verse. You're doing much better than we are. But like,
If you run it by like when you get a play button, you get your first play button at 100,000.
okay,
So
so
I'm 1/4 there.
yeah, you're almost there.
yeah, so you're 1/4 there, but you're still under
You
the
know.
like micro influencer
On your platform.
umbrella. It does depend on the
Me
platform,
too.
but you don't like you're not getting paid enough to like hire your own security team.
Yeah.
You know, like you like it.
Many are.
I disagree. Like you have your
I'm
general
not gonna disagree with Katie on this.
that, like
I trust her knowledge.
as younger, well not as younger, as smaller influencers. Okay, we don't have the resources that like a major celebrity would. You know, so we are more targetable because we are more attainable. You see what I'm saying? You know, like But at the same time, there's a line. You know, if you get yourself to so successful, you can have that. You know, like you can. Is there always going to be problems? Is there always going to be issues?
Oh yeah.
Will random people show up at your house? Yes, but you may have the resources to handle that better if you were like a macro influencer as opposed to a micro influencer. You know, or like, and when I say macro, difference between macro influencer and celebrity. You know, like two different things. Because there's a couple macro influencers out there who they have the following, but they don't make the money. You know,
I mean, there's some like decent sized YouTubers who have the following but not the money.
Yeah.
You know, just enough to get by, do what they do full time, but they're not rich. I remember, I don't know if you know Rubber Ninja. It's an animator on YouTube. They have Game Grump as well.
No, the Game Grumps. I'm Grump.
Yeah, it's Ross.
The Game Grumps.
But basically, Ross, someone else, we're at a gaming convention. At the end of the convention, someone went up to him like, "Hey, I want your shirt." What do you mean? I want your actual shirt. No. His mom's like, aren't you rich? No. Like, I just make enough to get by. So you can be a big following and not rich.
Do we have a question from the audience?
We
What is our question from the audience? Let's check it out and we'll read it out. Okay, and hopefully it is. Okay. So, should we shout out the handle too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll shout out the handle. Okay, so, a Propcalypse says, question for you guys. So, I'm new to cosplay. I've only been cosplaying for a year, and my skills are only decent. Or, I'm sorry, my only decent skills are 3D modeling, and I'm somewhat decent at prop making. Any advice for a new cosplayer? So he can 3D print, he can 3D model, and he's somewhat decent at prop making.
Well, 3D print and 3D modeling is like half the thing for props now, because like I follow a lot of people that like 3D model and 3D print a lot of their props, and then they just put it together. Keep trying.
And
that's kind of it. Like, you can't really learn until you mess up and get better.
Yeah. And as Meg just said, practice. And if you want to get more into sewing, I highly suggest watching YouTube videos because YouTube videos are life. There's a lot of information out there on the web.
I heard this a while ago, but like YouTube is like almost considered a search engine.
Yeah, I would. I 100%. I would
find a lot of things on there.
Oh, yeah.
I've referenced it in research papers before YouTube videos because there are some things where it's just like, why? Because they did their research or they've discovered what works and what doesn't. So,
yeah. Like, I'm a visual person, so like you can read me descriptions and instructions all you want, but like I need to physically see it. I need to see it happen.
Heck, just with YouTube, like my Japanese PS2 was scratching discs. Quick YouTube search, like, all right, if you press down the ribbon, it should stop hitting the disc. Lo and behold, it worked.
Okay. All right. So you guys say.
So yeah, YouTube.
You guys say YouTube as
or reach out, like we said earlier, to someone bigger.
Those are good. Yeah. Those are both good. Well, that's exactly.
Yeah, commission someone.
Commission. I like to say that like there's no. You cosplay how you want. If you want to buy, then buy. If you want to make, then make. But here's my.
If you want to buy used, buy used.
If you want to
buy used, borrow.
It's called cosplay for a reason.
But I think if I had to give my biggest tip to someone, find the cosplay that you want to do, print it out on a piece of paper, and then go from the bottom up and just circle and write down everything that you would need.
I literally do that too.
That's what I do.
Break down the physical outfit. So like if you take someone like Deku, right? You got Deku right there. Okay? First things first. He's got, we're going to talk costume gamut. First things first, he's got iron soles. Okay, all right, I got to make the iron soles. Second things first, the iron soles are attached to a red boot. I got to get a red boot so my iron soles go on the boot. Next, now we're moving up. We have his leg guards. How am I going to make them? We can throw a stocking and throw some Ava foam over there and like make those general shapes. And then now underneath that, is there a green suit? Is there no green suit? Does that mean I'm wearing shorts? Should I run it to the length? Like these are all things that you can think about if you're breaking down the physical cosplay. And that's for anything. that's for fashion, that's for cosplay, that's for prop making. Take the object, physically look at it, and write down just little things and just break it down from the bottom all the way to the top. And that will save you so much time, so much money too, because you won't just catch something at the end, where it's like, oh man, now I got to redo my entire boots, or like something
and
like
also
that.
You're covered, and it's not 2 days before the convention, and you need something.
Exactly. And more importantly, like you can accurately represent your character, like without having any issue of self-confidence or anything like that, knowing that there might be some what you would consider like a glaring mistake,
Yeah.
So that's what I would recommend. Thank you for the question, though. That was an excellent question.
And just adding just one detail in there. And plus, if you say something in the original design you don't care for and like to change, you have the option. Now you can see it breaking it down.
It is
Creative freedom.
Like you guys said, it is cosplay. You are more free to do anything with the cosplay that you want. You can change up the armor. Okay, you can do a sexy cosplay.
I mean, heck,
you
just
can
take a look at Spider-Man Deku.
That's an excellent example. Yeah, Spider-Man Deku. I'm gonna be doing, or I might be doing. I'm gonna keep it on the hush a little bit. I can't say it, but I'm gonna shout out Asmay Day. You know.
Oh,
So,
no.
all right. Okay.
You
So,
probably get to know.
did you have? So you mentioned your death threats as your creepy story.
Yeah, I've gotten death threats of Canadian guys. Yeah, so they actually specified their nationality, saying, I'm come down to Canada, come up from Canada, and kick your ass.
Oh, that's not a death threat. That's
No.
That's all threat.
That's one of them.
Oh, okay.
Another Canadian guy said the exact same thing.
Dude,
Man,
who'd
Canadians don't like you.
you pissed off that plays hockey, man?
Wait, the worst part is Matt and I are part Canadian.
Yes, they specified
Yeah.
they were Canadian.
Wait, the worst part is they're hating on themselves because Matt and I are part Canadian.
Oh!
So,
Damn.
throwing that out there. You hating on yourselves. Don't be a hater.
I have a couple creeper stories. However,
I bet you do.
they would take too long to get through, so I'm gonna save them for another podcast. Okay. Huh? No, we're not gonna do that one. We're gonna save it for another
Okay.
another podcast
You know what?
because I really want to get into this third topic. So we've been talking about ourselves a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it's our podcast. We're allowed to talk about ourselves a lot. We do whatever we want here, right?
Oh yeah, are
So-
we gonna actually? What topic are we going on?
So we're gonna go to
Our final topic.
our third topic, sir. And then we have Paul's spicy controversial topics.
Now, I will say,
Controversy.
just looking at the time, we are almost an hour and 15 minutes in.
Okay, so we'll do. You want to do 10 minutes of this one, 5 minutes of the other one, and then we'll do the giveaway. Does that sound good?
The giveaway has
All right.
to happen.
So yeah. So all right. So we'll put it on the clock right now. Okay. All right. I want to talk about very briefly, and we can even pick this up next podcast if we really go in depth. I want to talk about problematic anime characters / tropes of characters. So when I say trope, I mean essentially profile your anime character. Are they a tsundere?
Are they a perv, etc.?
Are they arrow? Take a minute, think about a character, okay, and are
You know
they?
what? I'm not taking that. I'm just going to answer it now.
You know,
I
okay.
was about to go.
All right, fine. You want to go
so-
first, Abby?
All right, so Abby's got it, but
First.
think of why they would be problematic.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, you got it.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, all right, go.
All right. Everyone has watched The Future Diary.
I haven't.
I haven't finished.
You haven't
it.
seen Future Diary?
I haven't finished.
Nope.
it.
Never got
you
around
guys
to
have
it.
seen it.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I know of it.
And we
Watch
all know and love our yandere,
First of all,
that the pink-haired
excellent
girl?
trope yandere. So yandere is the trope. Yuno is the character.
Yeah. And we all love her. Like a lot of people cosplay this crazy psycho chick. But here's how she's problematic. One, you get in her way of her precious Yuki, she's gonna stab you. And also it's she guilts Yuki practically into the whole entire relationship. She doesn't give him any freedom, and also she has her Yuki diary, so it's she always knows where he is, what he's doing, and she freaks out if something goes wrong, and just I just feel like that's so toxic as a person. Where in an anime, we're all like, oh, okay, whatever. Cute, sick, psycho anime girl. But in real life, if that was legit, one, that's homicide. And two, that's just not okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, people look at Toga the same way.
Exactly.
Like, Toga is waifu. It's like, dude, Toga's gonna eat your skin, my guy.
She's also
all right?
a villain.
Like,
and
she's not like a main protagonist because she's technically a protagonist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like
yeah.
Toga's literally there to be a villain.
To eat your skin!
Like
Yeah. Like, she literally wants to stab Deku so she can see the blood of her love.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
And I'm not gonna get into her backstory.
Oh!
I don't know it entirely
Because if you don't read the manga, it's dark.
It's
So dark!
Someone spoiled it for me, but I forgot about it, so we're gonna leave it where I forgot about it. So
All right.
Okay,
it's spicy.
you have a problematic anime trope.
All right.
Who's your problematic anime trope, and who's the character?
All right. Tsunderes. The only one I kind of like is Asuka,
Okay.
because Asuka's at least makes sense.
Can you define tsundere?
All right.
Or describe tsundere?
Tsundere, unfortunately, is not always the easiest thing to describe. But
okay.
basically, someone like, heart, basically that,
the song.
tough shell, but, soft inside, but will beat you up because, they will.
So the tough
Tiger?
girl.
The tough girl accepts.
Tom Top Tiger.
The tough girl. The one with attitude. She's got attitude.
The tsundere that'll beat you up or just be a bitch for no reason.
Okay. All right.
But,
okay.
but loves the protagonist.
Okay. But what? Yeah. Exactly. But has to.
Well,
love...
sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, because I do not think Asuka loves Shinji. But that's not here nor now.
What is
Maybe one day, if a man's not here, us three will do an Ava podcast.
Oh, I love
Do-
Ava so much.
Do you have a tsundere that you feel is problematic, or do you just think the entire trope is
What was her
problematic?
name? What was her name? Full Metal Panic. Help me out here. Starts with a C.
I've never seen
I've
Full
never
Metal
seen that.
Panic.
Blue-haired chick.
Oh man, I know exactly who you're talking about. Just the name escapes me.
Come on, what's the name of Sasuke's attack? It's the same name.
Chidori.
That's it. Chidori.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't Full Metal Panic like an ecchi anime?
No, not really. Like there's
No,
a
Matt.
couple.
It's got a lot of
You
fan
think
service.
Prison High School is a comedy, so
It is a comedy.
it's
It's got a lot of fan service.
I can't tell if he's saying
All right.
to mess with us.
there's an 18-year-old
All right.
girl
I know
whose
for a
boobs weigh
fact-
more than her entire
I
body.
know for a fact Matt's serious because one, I've lived with him for my whole life, and I just
Honestly, I have to show you guys the scene where the guy shits himself.
no,
It's hilarious.
No. Mm-mm.
Problematic anime tropes.
Hey.
Man. Oh wait, were you...
I'm still talking about the
you're talking
tsundere.
about Chidori.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically put, I don't get what her problem is. Like, Asuka at least has character development to make sense where she ends.
There's a reason why she's a tsundere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically how society would treat her as such.
Okay.
However, with her, society still loves her.
Okay.
No, you're not that nice to everyone.
You're essentially saying like she has gone past the point of being a tsundere and is kind of just like an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, like she's just generally mean-spirited to the characters
To bland military boy.
without having any background to justify why they're acting the way they do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough.
Okay,
Anime
so,
trope.
I used to think this was funny, and now that I don't. The pervert.
Perverto! Erosenin!
Perverts, really piss me off.
Okay.
And specifically the ones where, like, oh, girls are gonna fucking love me. Mineta.
Grape Boy, aka
Grape Boy!
And honestly,
from My Hero
could-
Academia, very popular anime.
The only reason I say Mineta is because I can't remember any better ones, because I have to literally look at, like, a cast list to,
Okay.
like, properly name it. But, like, pervs just have, like, I've grown to hate them, along with harem animes. Like, I just hate the perviness. It's so obnoxious. It's disgusting. It's indecent. Stop, like, objectifying women.
I have no problem with like harem animes, but I will say that there is.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon, a harem anime?
Yes, it is. That's why I have no problem. I love that anime.
Never
But-
got the hate for it. Never got the hate.
I'm honestly gonna, like, at myself, because there are a couple... I'm blanking on... Wait, no,
Well,
I
there's
think it is
pervs
that one.
there's
There's
pervs
a
that you
couple-
love.
There's
like
a couple harem animes where it's like the harem isn't the forefront, but it's there.
exactly.
But like
The harem like collects,
don't-
but it's not really a harem. Like
yeah,
you know,
like it
just
etchy,
Yeah, exactly.
like
Konosuba
fucking prison
is
high
a
school.
harem.
Like I can't stand.
Wait, Ava's a harem. Think about
Ava's,
Yeah,
technically, yeah.
But like I just can't stand the pervy ideal because it's like I guess that also falls along with personal preference. It's like sexual forefronts freak me out, so why would I watch that?
Well,
Also-
so like there's some like arrows that like I'm fine with, okay? And like they're the ones that like don't get crazy, you know? And like I think like a good example of this is like Jiraiya, you know? So like because he's not going and like perving on like underage girls or anything like that,
he's
you
doing
know?
research.
Maybe he's doing research. I mean, like, if he sneaks his head into the bath or anything like that, like, he's an old perverted man. I'm not going to be like, oh, grandpa, like, but, like, you know, like, Jiraiya gets the pass in my book. But here's who doesn't get the pass for perverts, man. This was my anime trope, okay? You said Mineta, and I agree with you, okay? Mineta's a little too pervy for my... I understand, though. He's a teenager... He's got a lot of hormones going on. Look at the way he's a little great boy. Okay, he doesn't have a tremendous he's not ripped like Midoriya. You know,
It's just a ball joke.
He's a ball joke. So, but like more
His balls
importantly,
will never drop because they always stick.
He's young. He's going through puberty. He's a teenager. All right. He sees all these amazing women with all these amazing quirks. I get it. I understand.
He even sees Toru? Damn.
Still, Mineta doesn't get the pass in my book. He's a little too much. Here's who doesn't get the pass in my book. Meliodas does not get the pass.
See, he gets the pass for me, but I'll explain why he gets the pass for me.
He does not get the pass because number one, he is like hundreds of years old. Okay.
Okay.
Like
right.
aside from Meliodas should know better. It's not like he's a 16-year-old high school kid. Okay. And then yeah, exactly.
He's hundreds of years old.
He's hundreds
Don't
of
talk
years old.
to my son that way.
Okay.
Yo, does this fall under a fucking Shota?
and
Like
then,
shit.
Not only that, but like the female.
No, Shota means under
The
his boy.
female princess, her name is
He looks like a Shota.
is Liz,
Elizabeth.
right? Is Elizabeth, calls her Liz, right? He is always groping the shit out of this girl. His like face is always like in her like booty, crotch, okay, always feeling up like the bubs. Like you know, it was not
Wait,
like
can I
Meliodas
ask-
was not like when I saw it, like when I remember being like when I started watching Seven Deadly Sins. It wasn't even fan service. Like, you know, like there's animes like Fire Force, you know, like they just had the girls, like they had them in the shower and everything like that. That's fan service. You had Meliodas like going in, man, and like underneath the skirt and everything. And I was like, stop. This is not fan service. Okay. Like I believe the first thing I said was, holy shit. Like that was like, because there's a difference, you know, like, I'm okay. Like a touch of fan service, like Fire Force. Yeah, let's go. But Seven Deadly Sins, man.
I don't. For me,
Ain't having it. And
Meliodas' backstory, though, it makes sense because I don't want to spoil it because it's revealed later in the first season. But to me, it makes sense. And plus, also, he's my son, so I'm a little biased. But, like, for Meliodas, his backstory makes sense why he's that way. And also, he's only to that, like that, really towards only Elizabeth.
that's true.
So it's not like he's Mineta. Mineta's like that to everyone. He's gross. Where
But
Meliodas is like that to his
But
true
he
love.
did that before he knew her. Do you see what I'm saying? Like Elizabeth
No, he knew. Trust me.
Elizabeth shows up day one, has no idea who Meliodas is, just thinks, "Hey, I'm looking for the 7 Deadly Sin, Meliodas, to come save my kingdom." Has no idea who Meliodas is whatsoever, and he's like up in her junk. You know? Like, which to me isn't cool, but then we talked about Mineta. And here's like what really pisses me off. I think Meliodas gets the pass for a lot of people because he's a beautiful blonde boy.
I'm a blonde.
Okay.
I'm a blonde.
And so he's a beautiful blonde boy. And then also he's powerful. He adds something. He has something to be desired. Whereas Mineta has sticky balls and dresses in a diaper. You know?
It's a boy.
Like, so, but that's okay. So that's basically where I'm going to get with that. I want to end it there. I kind of want to pick up on this topic next
Yeah,
week.
because I think it'll be interesting because then I can form more of.
Yeah.
How about next week we just talk mostly about anime?
Yeah, we can do that. we should assign anime homework, but we'll do that after the podcast. All right,
Wait,
so
I got a wedding
I
to
have
plan. I ain't got
homework
time
for
for
you guys.
homework.
so number 4. Okay, so number 4 on our podcast topics, and I want to just run over this like really quickly. Okay, is because I know we're going over time. And this is my spicy, controversial topic here.
Ooh.
Okay, so this was an issue that happened with Twitch the other day. So basically,
Is it what I'm thinking?
Ninja, very popular Twitch streamer, transferred over to
Mixer.
a streaming device called Mixer, exactly. A streaming platform, I'm sorry, called Mixer, and completely different. Well, not completely different.
It's owned
but
by Microsoft. That's the biggest difference.
They just so you can now stream on Mixer and you can stream on Twitch, and since
Simultaneously?
no, so you're either on one platform
Okay.
or the other. Now, Ninja was such a big streamer on Twitch that everybody was like, "Oh my god, like I can't believe he's going to Mixer." But he did. And he tried to do so very, very professionally and everything like that. Like he thanked Twitch for like the time and the growth for the platform and
Like a
everything
good
like
breakup.
that. Like he tried to make it as nice of a breakup as possible. And so now he's on Mixer. What happens is Twitch says, "Hey, yo, we understand that you kind of want to be we kind of want to break up here. And that's fine. But we're going to use your account." And I think his account has like 14 million subscribers.
I have no clue.
Somewhere in there. I don't really remember the account. I know it's huge. It's in the millions. So he says, "Okay, we're going to use your Twitch account to promote other streamers that are on our Twitch streaming platform. So if you're not going to stream, we're going to post up other people's videos kind of on your platform as your recommended channels, right?" And so normally, like I'd be fine with that. I'd be like, yeah, no problem. Do what you got to do. You know, like yeah, you can promote other people on my channel. You know, it's all part of the Twitch family friendly thing. Except, and here's where it goes down.
I know you're
Twitch
going.
made an oopsie.
Ooh, whoops.
Ooh, whoops.
Paul, is exactly what I'm thinking.
Twitch, in their recommended subscribe, and you got to keep in mind Ninja's audience. Ninja's
Ninja's audience is like kids.
is kids. We're
pretty sure my
talking
nephews watch
like
Ninja.
people that are like between like 12 and under going up, okay? And
Wait, did it recommend Belle Delphine?
it did not recommend Belle
Yeah.
Delphine. So
So
Yeah.
close.
That'd
be funny.
Their Twitch streamers, you got like King Gathalion on there, like a whole bunch of other evils, and then
Go follow Evil.
Shut up.
and then in the block right next to Ninja's head, all right, and the recommendation is a streamer that happened to be streaming some like wicked porn. What is this nonsense? Like,
Okay, I thought you were gonna go a lot more innocent in this because I thought you were referring to.
oh no, this
thought-
is spicy and
No.
controversial. Like,
I thought you were
That
referring
was
to the
porn on
I,
Twitch.
I thought you were referring to the woman who punched her cat on stream.
no.
You show, like a tiny bit of your boob. They're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, no, there was like they were like going ham on this, and like you can watch the rewinds on
I don't
YouTube
want
and
to.
everything like that. But like,
I'm good.
but so it was. I guess it was less of a spicy, controversial topic, and more of like just like I just wanted to be
Shock.
like
More
like,
of a current event.
more of a current event than anything. But like, how do you guys like feel like is what even about like what Twitch is doing? Is that right to like start promoting other people?
I don't
and then
think
to do it
so.
poorly, like.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how Twitch works exactly,
Mm-hmm.
but like to let somebody take control of your account
Yeah.
that's not you and then not have any say of what happens on it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that because then you get situations like this.
But then
Okay.
you gotta look
I-
at the legal aspects too. Are they legally allowed to do that?
Probably, yeah.
So
Right. As
even
long-
though
yeah.
On your own website, nothing you put on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, any kind of platform like that, you don't own it. It's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
yours.
Yeah,
The
they would
second
they.
you post something, they can do whatever they want
Mm-hmm.
with it.
Which is why minors TikToks were getting shared in advertisements.
Yeah,
Let's think
exactly.
about that for a second.
Matt, you were
Wait.
saying.
Which actually could be kind of illegal using minors.
They it crosses a lot of lines. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, but
Because,
more.
like, if it's a minor... Okay, so in order to appear on film or camera, you need to sign a release form. Minors cannot sign a release form because they are minors, so you need their parents to do that.
Is there an age that you can sign up? Is there like an
TikTok
age like
is
that you have to
14?
accept?
13,
Most,
I
social,
think.
most social medias is 13.
Yeah, it's
It's
been like that
13?
since like
Permission.
it's been like that
Okay.
Yeah.
since
But
like the
how do
early
they
days
know
of
that
Newgrounds.
they're
Okay.
actually
Yeah.
giving parents permission is the problem.
Guys,
Okay.
spoiler, I signed up for a Webkins account without telling my parents.
Yeah,
when
I
was
never
signed
asked
up.
my parents to go on something, so.
All right, Matt, you were saying. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. What is your opinion on this? And then we'll get your opinion. We'll end it, and then we'll do our giveaway. Okay.
Alright, basically to put, I don't mind YouTube recommending other people's videos through mine because I don't have that choice, but directly using my accounts, no. If someone watches, say, one of my videos and you recommend, say, Paul Mite's video, yeah, that's fine. To use it in such a way, directly using my account like that, no.
I agree with your sentiment where if it's like, as long as you're being necessarily, I wouldn't say like kind, but like as long as you are promoting within my general audience. So like, I mean, even if I was 18, like even if my audience was like 18 plus, I still wouldn't want porn playing on my Twitch
No one
channel.
wants to be associated with porn.
Like,
unless that's your thing. If that's your business, then go for it.
I
But still.
think that Ninja has some like legal action that he can take here because like it's not about the profile, okay? Because Ninja has evolved past his profile. Ninja now is his own brand, okay? And like when you go and you're putting porn up next to Ninja's name now, that's hurting his brand, and his brand is 12 and younger, like 12 younger and plus, but like people who aren't supposed to be watching porn. So like that.
Definitely
that,
not.
I think that he definitely has like some legal action that he can take it more from like a brand perspective, not an account perspective. Twitch can do whatever they want, but it's got to be wholesome content, y'all.
Because
Like,
you also have to think Twitch should also be monitoring what they're sharing,
Especially with somebody as big of a following as that.
yeah.
especially when
They're
he's
gonna
his own
monitor
brand.
feet. They can monitor what gets shared.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All about them feet pics.
$300 per pick.
$300 for feet pics.
500.
Actually, semester of college.
Damn.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna call the podcast here. I think we should announce it on the podcast though.
Well,
right?
Let's do it.
Can we do that? Can we spin the wheel of weeaboos?
The wheel of weeaboos.
actually, let's close up the podcast
Yeah, close up the
proper,
podcast.
and then we'll announce
And then
it.
okay, all right, guys, thank you so much for coming to our podcast, for listening to our podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, Podbean.
No, I'm in problem Podbeans. They will
Okay.
Okay,
not
well, right now
s-
SoundCloud.
So right now we're on SoundCloud. You can find the links in our Instagram bios and everything like that. If you have any questions for us whatsoever, or you want your topic covered on our next podcast, please feel free to send it to Matt, Abby, Amanda, myself. All right, same thing with Meg, fragile.rubbish. Anything that your heart desires, if it is an interesting topic, we'll take a look and we'll cover it.
Now,
We should say our handles.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
We should say our handles. So we're gonna sign off here. I'm Paul Mite.
how do you spell your name though?
I'm Paul_Mite.
I'm dual underscreens.
Underscore
I mean,
screens.
dual underscore screens underscreen Matt, or dual screens on YouTube.
Pineapples_delight.
And Amanda underscore Evie.
And thank you guys for.
I guess you can also find me on Twitter at dual underscore screens.
Oh, we're just throwing out all the handles now.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm just.
I have one.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Peace out, everybody. Peace out, everybody.
It's been for shizzle, my dudes.
And just like last time, I get last goodbye.
No,